to announce that the Omaha Professional Firefighters have voted to endorse Councilman Jim Suttle for mayor. We know Jim Suttle understands the issues facing our city, and we're sure he will build a strong city government to address those issues. Most importantly, we know Jim Suttle has the work ethic, honesty, and integrity to be a great mayor, and we're looking forward to helping him win on May 12th. Councilman?
I called the union a couple of years ago and said, I'm not relating to what you're talking to me about. I want to go suit up. And I did. And I think I kind of surprised some people, but as an engineer and as a person who does a lot with my eyes, a person who does a lot with experiencing things, that was a wonderful experience. To see what that suit felt like, and the helmet, and the tanks, and the axe, and the 25 feet of hose. I learned a great deal from that, and it's the learning process that I will continue as I work with this union to understand what they go through, understand their positions, so that I can better understand the city's positions. We'll find the common ground. We have a huge task in front of us, and we together must figure out how to get the pension plan to cash flow and other elements that are important to this union, to their individuals, to their families, and important to the city as we maintain a first-class, AAA+ fire and rescue operation in this city. And I pledge to continue that level of service because that's what the people expect, that's what they want, and that's what these dedicated men and women of our fire department want to provide. But the foundation here, we all know the ethics of our conduct. We will stay on the proper side of that, and I have said repeatedly, over and over since I've been in office, that I would listen and work with anyone and all. And as mayor, I represent all, and I will listen.
The difference between going with Jim Suttle instead of Hal Dopp for the union?
Well, kind of what I outlined here. We just think that this is a candidate that will probably listen most objectively to the concerns of the firefighters. He's put a lot of work and a lot of effort into understanding the trials and tribulations that we face on a daily basis. He participated in our Fire Ops 101, went through some real rigorous activities that day under firelight conditions. He's visited fire stations to see what daily station life is like, and we just feel that he's a good, clear, new future for the city of Omaha.
Do you think he can fix the pension the best too?
Absolutely.
It's we are going to fix the pension.
It will be a combination. We will address these issues together.
We share the ownership of the pension plan, and we share the responsibilities to make it work and make it solid. And that's really the number one issue with the pension plan, is make it solid, make it work. The Fire and Police Union are active participants, as they should be, with the representatives from business and other parts of the city to make sure we come up with good ideas and constructive consensus from that task force. So I look forward to those results. I don't know what they're going to be, but we will implement those in the context as we go to the table to talk about the serious aspects of right-sizing the cash flow dilemma in this pension plan. And it must work, and we will make it work for the good of our city and the good of the participants. They're going to be looking at the guarantees of this pension plan as they seek retirement next week, next month, next decade. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it very much. Steve, thank you.
But there's 650 firefighters that aren't in the political action committee. Maybe feel like, why are we even involved in this? Why support either one? Can you talk a little bit about your experience as a working guy? I think you have a little idea of what it is to work for 25 years, 30 years, and a pension, and what that means to our retirees, so on.
Well, I firmly believe that the membership should get involved, and we had the same issues in the engineering profession of not getting engaged in politics because it was whatever it was. And we began to work away at that individuals who are in the political arena need to have us and talking with them, educating them, and seeking their input as we promote issues that are important to engineers. It's no different with firefighters. One of the things that hit me, and we've talked about this, that the average citizen out there thinks you fight a fire the same way you use a hose to hose down your driveway. Well, you and I both know that doesn't work that way, and I know it doesn't work that way because I went over and really asked the fire chief and the assistants, I want you to walk me through fires, a house fire, a commercial fire. Tell me how you deploy. And that's where I learned the units come up, 3 of them. One's focused on water supply, one's focused on life safety, and the third is focused on ventilation. It's a whole different message, isn't it, than just hooking up the hose and turning on the water. So don't we have a job in front of us to educate our citizens on what firefighting is all about so they better relate to you? That's a political question that needs to be addressed by the union, by the city, and by me as mayor. And I plan to get that story told.
So you can relate to the average firefighter.
I think I can, because what you do is a form of engineering. You're related with the math and with the physics and the science that goes on with what happens when you burn something and what happens when you burn different things together. So the actions you take as you get the water supply up, it has to work. It has to have pressure for your system as you tie into that hydrant. You have to have the rescue operations, which means the types of ladders and equipment and other things. They're all engineered to get the job done, the tools, and there has to be no questions about them. And finally, that venting, you're making sure that flashpoint doesn't happen. And so you're now involved in the science of heat and the fumes and the gases and everything else that are being generated off what's burning and where it's burning and how it's burning. So you're as much as an engineer as I am. And I am as much as a firefighter, even though I don't have the formal training, as you are, because I think like you have to think. You are up on that scene and you got to do it quickly. You can't sit around and ponder it for 24 hours. You got to do it in 24 seconds.